magnificent, and I am a superhero. Through my life, I have fought scary monsters and have saved the day multiple times. But one of my hardest monsters I've ever had to fight is school. School isn't really a monster. It's a maze filled with monsters like group projects and tests, and if that isn't enough, I have my own villains I need to fight. Their names are research, public speaking, communication, and being proactive. So I have been doing my best to fight all of these villains and get through the year. My first villain is public speaking. And public speaking is one of my hardest villains to fight. I have never really been good at public speaking. Ever since I was little, I would hate it. But I am doing my best to try and conquer him. Some things I have been doing to conquer him are rehearsing my notes or topics before I go up and present, trying to work on my vocabulary when I speak, and just doing it more. Ways I have been working on my vocabulary is eliminating like and from my vocabulary. I feel like this really helps me with my fluency when I speak. I also have been rehearsing my notes before I speak because the better I know my script or notes, the more I can make eye contact with the audience. Okay. Which looks better because as a public speaker, you want to look at the audience and talk to them and not just look down and read stuff off of a paper. One last thing I've been working on to improve my public speaking is just doing it more. Okay, wait. I have found out that public speaking is just like anything else. And the more you practice it, the better you get at it. The one example of me doing public speaking was during the debate. It was kind of challenging because I forgot my notes the day I had to present, but thank God I rehearsed my notes the night before and remembered most of my topics. And and one challenge during that debate was before I spoke, I didn't know the resource Africa had, but then I remembered it and the thing was Colton. Okay. The next villain I faced was research. Research hasn't been such a tough villain to conquer than I thought it would be. Because I could do pretty good research before, I would just do my research lazily. What I mean by lazily is I wouldn't go deep in my research. For example, if I am looking up something, sometimes I would just go to the first site I see and get everything from there. But now I go in depth with my research. Now instead of just going to the first site I see, I would go to multiple sites. I have also been working on the sites that I go to. What I mean by that is, now I'm paying more attention to the type of sites I go to. Because if I'm looking on something about diseases, I don't want to go to ask.com and look up from there. I want to go to the Center of Disease Control and learn from there. I have been using this skill a lot during MPX. During MPX, we made infographics on carbon, and I had to research stuff like the octet rule, which I had never heard of, and then I had to go to multiple sites because they had to explain it to me, and I had to do the same with other things. Like finding other stuff like carbon. And I also had to find out what carbon does for us, which was tricky. Another one of my villains is communication. Communication for me is kind of a surprising villain. The reason I say that is because I'm a pretty good talker. But one thing that I learned is communication isn't just about talking. Communication is way harder than talking. Because I can talk and talk and talk, but sometimes I have a hard time communicating my thoughts. Not just, what I mean by that is I could just jibber jabber sometimes and say stuff that makes no sense. But I have to work on communicating those thoughts so people can understand me. Okay, one example of me communicating my thoughts is during Socratic circles. Because sometimes I have a lot to say, but I just can't say it, and it really sounds stupid when I try to say it. So what I'm trying to do is just relax and calm down before I speak. Because if I try to talk really fast and rush it, it will sound stupid, like kind of like I'm drunk a little when I talk. But if I relax and focus on my thoughts, I can try to say what I'm saying more clearly. My fourth villain is teamwork. I'm not the best team worker. I will get frustrated with my group members easily sometimes, and I will be off task a lot. But I have been working on this. Don't get me wrong. I still fool around during group projects and don't do my work sometimes. But I've been working on it, and now I know when I have to work and when I can play. So now I am starting. What? 6. Okay. Wait, where was I? I'll get frustrated. Okay. But I have used this. Oh, no, keep going. During group projects, actually stop fooling around and work. I have used this skill in MPX. Right now we're building a trebuchet. I will talk to the group next to me a lot and just fool around. But when we need to get stuff done, I will switch into work mode and work. I also have been working on my patience with some of my group members. Because I have realized over time that my group members will mess up sometimes. Because when they make mistakes, I have to realize that they are just human, and humans make mistakes no matter how big the mistake is. And I have to realize that they didn't do it on purpose, and I can't yell at them like I do sometimes. Okay, yeah, I couldn't find an artifact for this one. But my last villain is being proactive. You see, I guess I'm kind of a reactive person. I do stuff when other people tell me to do that stuff. And I guess sometimes I'll only do it when they tell me to do it. But I'm trying to become a more independent group member. I can achieve this goal by when I'm done finishing my stuff that I need to do in my group. I could go on iTunes U or Show Me when I'm done, and then I could see what I have to do from there. And then if I'm done with that stuff, I can go to my group members and ask them if they need help. One example of this was during our, not genocide. What was that one called, Miss Napoleon?
Imperialism video.
Yeah, the imperialism video. I was done cutting out my pieces, and then I asked my group member Colby if he needed help, and he said yes, and I helped him, and that made me feel really good because I was helping out my other group members, and I thought that helped us finish quicker. In conclusion, I have been working to defeat my villain: communication, teamwork, public speaking, research, and being proactive. It isn't easy to do this, but I am pushing myself to my maximum strengths to defeat these villains and conquer all my weaknesses and become the strongest superhero I can be. I'm done.